Hey guys, welcome to Meet the Family Mondays, and today we are going to talk with David. So, David, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm 21 and I work at Chickfila and I'm currently going to school.
All right, nice. Sounds good. Okay, and what 3 words would you use to describe yourself?
I like to have fun. I don't know, 3 words. I don't take myself seriously.
Yeah.
And what else?
You would be a good person to take on a long trip because he's easy to be with and he is fun. So yeah,
just fun.
If you need a ride along on a long trip, and he likes to drive.
True,
right?
I like to drive a lot. Yeah.
So him and Josiah went to California one time.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah,
it's a good time.
So, okay, what is one of your favorite memories of growing up in our family?
I think when everybody's home, when we play sports, we have enough like for a baseball team, so you can just play different sports because we have like 10 people in our family.
Right.
So I always enjoyed that. That was our favorite memory, just doing different activities.
Okay, sounds good. We usually do that. Like we usually go play soccer or kickball, baseball,
tackle football,
or not. Tackle basketball.
Yeah, that's a sport, by the way.
Okay. What was it like coming into our family at age 9?
I mean, I was young, but I think I was excited. We were excited to be part of the Wagner family, and we never felt like from day one we were, a different people. We felt like we were just part of the family, so it was fun. It was a good time. Everybody was welcoming. We just got along. So I had fun. I'm still having fun.
Okay, yeah. And do you remember your first, No picked us up from the airport?
I do.
And what was your first impression of just that whole, being in America?
I mean, it's just the roads were so clean. That's one of the things that, blew my mind, which I'm not used to back in Africa. It's kind of, not trashy, but there was just trash. And the speed of driving is really fast. So I remember we were going through these windy roads and my I kept getting sick. I'm I'm not used to this speed of driving, but I was excited throughout the whole time. I was like, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah, I think No driving kind of added some extra.
It's like
interest
Fast and
there.
Furious,
yeah,
grandpa style.
That's right. You want to get these kids home,
right?
Okay. What advice would you give parents that are adopting internationally?
I mean, just be ready to have a handful of a kid or, a bunch of kids. But I think it's fun if you're willing to adopt, then you're doing a great thing for that kid's life. And just, be willing to listen and understand what they're trying to say. Because sometimes they come from a different countries, it's hard to communicate. But I feel like you and Dad did a good job of communicating to us. But I think it's a good time to
adopt
it
was. Are you gonna adopt?
Probably. I would love to. Yeah.
Okay. From? Do you know? Have you thought about it?
No.
No.
Anywhere.
Okay.
Maybe one from each country.
There you go. All right. Man after my own heart.
We'll see how school goes first.
Okay. What advice would you give kids that are going to be adopted?
I think the most important thing is just focus on being a kid. Because you're adjusting to so many new things. You kind of, I don't know, sometimes you get worried. But I try to focus on just, being a kid like anybody else, because you're not really that different. They're just accepting into their family and communicate. It's like I said, language barrier is a big thing when you're adopting internationally. So just try to communicate slowly. Don't just give up and say, hey, well, they don't understand me. Because there were times I struggled with that. But I think as I grew up more and learned English, it became a little bit easier.
Right, for sure.
So communications is key.
Yeah. So since you were 9 when you were adopted, tell them what your education before you were adopted, and then how what you did after, because that was 9 years old is usually about the 3rd grade.
Right.
here.
So I did have some schooling back in Africa, but not a lot of it. I think, I don't even know what grade I was, but I never really attended school consistently. And then at the orphanage, we did do some basic schooling, but it wasn't anything that, it's not like it's always school, it's just whenever.
Yeah.
But then once that I got here, English was the hardest for me to learn just because it was a new language, and the English language is not the easiest language. It's a very bipolar language, that's what I say, because it doesn't follow its rules.
You're right.
But I think for me personally, it made it easier because my grandma, Nona, was teaching me, and she made it very easy to learn. But it was still difficult. There were some days me and you, struggled to get some stuff done.
Right.
But yeah, so I got to finish my high school. I graduated on time.
Yep. Big deal.
Yeah. But there were times where I felt like I was a little bit behind than other kids, but also they've been living here. So I didn't, I didn't really let it get to me.
Yeah.
But I try to do the best I can.
Right. So. Yeah. And Nona was just such a huge blessing when you guys first came here, because she'd already, Phil's parents are missionaries in Italy and they went to the mission field when they were 40. So they had to learn a different language. And so she knew what that was like. She could understand, and she was really able to help you guys. And we found out that Italian and Amharic, which is what they spoke in Ethiopia, have a lot of the same, not a lot, but some similar
They're very
words.
much similar, yeah.
Yeah.
But the one thing that I really got from her was enunciating properly. And she would do it, and I would see her, and I would try to do it the same way. So even now, like when people talk to me, I tell them like, I'm from Africa. And like, what? You've been here 10 years and you don't have an accent? I'm like, I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Nona kicked it out of me.
So, that's right. In a very nice
way.
Grandmotherly way. She's gonna watch this video. You better be careful.
I know. I'm in trouble.
Okay. All right. Well, I was gonna tell one funny story. Do you know what it is?
Yes.
About Christmas?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Do you mind?
Nope.
Okay. So this is one of our funny stories with David is the first Christmas that they were here. We kept building up Christmas, and it was so exciting and everything. And so usually the kids buy for each other, and then Phil and I get everybody like one big family gift. And so that year we got everybody the Wii, is when the Wii came out. And so we decided to put everybody's name on one part of the Wii, and then put all of those things back in a box that everybody got to unwrap. So everybody had a gift to unwrap from the family gift. And so there were supposed to be 8 parts of it. Well, somehow we only had 7.
Miscounted.
Yes. And so poor David was
Apparently
left out.
Miscounted.
I don't know, you might have still been bad.
I know.
We just tried to make it.
Probably was, honestly.
So we kept telling them, though, we were kind of playing around with them. We kept saying that they better be good, because if they didn't, Santa wouldn't bring them any presents for Christmas. And so, on Christmas morning, everybody's opening this gift, and, everybody's so excited and everything. And then David just disappears. And so, everybody's upstairs putting it together, and Phil was like, "Where is David?" And somebody's like, "I think he's in his room." And so he went in his room, and he found David in the closet, sitting there crying. And he was only 9, so sitting there crying though. And at first, Daddy was like, "I can't believe you're upset. Like, you just got a Wii. Like, stop being so ungrateful." And then he's like, luckily I think he thought those thoughts. He didn't say it.
Yeah.
And so he just said, "Hey, bud, what's wrong?" And he's like, "I must have been really bad, because you told me that if I was bad, I wouldn't get a present from Santa, and I didn't get a present." So,
yeah.
You were just crying.
I was pretty upset.
Yeah.
And then Dad was like, Santa's not real, right? We just forgot your name. I'm like, what?
Which was supposed to make you feel better.
I know. I'm like, okay, you're just now making it hurt more. This does not help.
It's okay. We just forgot you.
I still haven't seen a therapist for that.
Maybe someday I'll offer you free services now.
I know, right? Comment below if you can give me a free therapy.
So yeah, so that was our story. We felt horrible, huge parent fail, huge adoption parent fail to forget to give your kid a gift. So and tell him it was because he was bad. So yeah. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a good week.